It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC South rivals. It's the Panthers and the Falcons, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 24.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today our new season begins with an NFC South matchup, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because everyone feels like they've got a shot at the defending champs. They think that they can be the new champs. And here we are getting things going. Let's have some fun.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Falcons ready to go to work here on offense, and at the helm in his second season, Charles, it's Desmond Ridder.
The Falcons got their feet wet with Ridder during a 4-game audition last season, and he did end their year with a pair of wins. Optimism reigns that he is their quarterback of the future.
Now the first running back taken back in April, the former Longhorn, Bijan Robinson. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here, second down. But not the graphic that this fan base wants to see week one, Charles. They were hoping to see key acquisitions, some bright spots. Instead, we're talking about injuries, preseason injuries that have guys missing here in this one.
And even in today's football, where everyone does their best to try and have their starters ready for week one, guys still have to practice. They still have to train, and injuries do crop up. You're exactly right about that, though, Brandon. None of the people supporting this team wanted to see that graphic on the screen at the start of this game.
Ready, go.
Ridder here on 3rd and 2. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1. A lot more to go. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. So our game here, one of 8 games in total on this opening weekend that is a divisional matchup. And listen, you look at this NFC South, new coach and quarterback on the other sideline for Carolina, new quarterback in New Orleans, new QB in Tampa. All of a sudden, Desmond Ridder, Charles, is the lone established veteran quarterback in the division.
I like how you said established there. I think in the elastic sense of the word, he's the established veteran. But he is the guy that returns to his team from last year and is leading them. This division is going to be wide open.
Robinson with another carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leads them to the 1st and goal.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does, and in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big touchdown! Drake London, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are on the board here first in the season opener. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook, not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here are the Panthers set to take over for the first time. And Charles will get a look at the much-heralded rookie Bryce Young, the first overall pick from April's draft.
Bryce Young, the quarterback out of Alabama with a Heisman Trophy in his hip pocket, is the new face of Carolina football. 80 touchdowns, just 12 picks in his college career for the Crimson Tide. He may be a little small in terms of size, but potential, massive.
First down carry by Sanders, well defensed as they'll hold him to just a couple. Second down coming up. Here's a 2nd and 8. Young. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Young to throw it. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Carolina punt team out there led by Johnny Hecker. Scott Miller deep for Atlanta. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Off the play fake, it's Ritter. Pressure comes and down he goes. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping it for the sack.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Ritter now. This one complete to Scott Miller. And wrangled down quickly just past the 40 at the 41. Here's 3rd and 6. Ritter to throw it. Looking for London on the out route, complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down. But the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I wanted to have something different, and I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something, when you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all.
All right, a little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about double zero, like Jim Otto used to wear or Kenny Burrow used to wear? Let's add that back to the NFL jerseys.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 40. Give them 18 on the play. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
He'll get this down to the 38. From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. To throw, Young. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Young on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Falcons ready to take over. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. On play action, here's Ritter. And this will be incomplete. But prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send down the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Falcon football. Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Going up top for Miller. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run here with Algier. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. Oh, now a running play here with Smith. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Touchdown Falcons! Kyle Pitts. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Koo now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Amir Smith-Marset now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Right back to Sanders on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Meanwhile, Young's throw taken in by Chark. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career, an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Bijan Robinson and the Falcons back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 65 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Ritter will set up to throw it. He's in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Ritter goes to his man on the out route. It's complete. That's Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Ritter looking to throw on 1st and 10. Throw left side. There's London. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards there, just like last play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Sticking with a passing game. Here's Ritter again. And a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Ritter. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Back to throw, Ritter. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Panthers going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And some room to work. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
On 2nd down, Young again. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Bijan Robinson leading the offense out for another drive. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. Next, let's get over to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see they lead the visiting Houston Texans at halftime. Odell Beckham with a touchdown catch from Lamar Jackson. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Ryan Tannehill throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. It was a terrific first half from the former Cincinnati man, Desmond Ridder. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
Out of the gun, it's Young, sliding out of the pocket. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a first. They run with Sanders off the option. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Young. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Young. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Ritter and the Falcons now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man, it's London. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Robinson up the middle. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd down, Ritter. This pass is caught by London. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37. A good pickup there at 22.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Off the play fake, it's Ritter. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
At the Panthers' 28-yard line.
Ritter off the play fake. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Brian Burns in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a 1st. Ritter to throw it. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 16. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Ritter. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Going play action, Ritter. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Ritter from the gun. Touchdown! Mac Hollins, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Charles, a well-drawn-up play, beautifully executed, and look at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 2nd half. They are on their way to a 1-0 start to this season.
Exactly what every team in the league dreams of, winning your season opener, getting off to that good start, and building confidence for the rest of the season.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. A 10-play drive that time, and the Falcons score to cap it off. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From the end zone is Smith-Marset, and only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Carolina offense about ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 20, here's the 2nd and 9. Throwing, Young. Flush to his right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. First down, Young. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Lorenzo Carter, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. On the draw, here's Sanders. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Flushed out right. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Young on 3rd down. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Carolina.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Going for it with Sanders. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
They'll try to throw now. Young. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Those INTs all sting when you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
J.C. Horn up to make the tackle. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. They'll stick with Algier. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time. 2nd and 10. Toss play to Robinson. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Ritter now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. On the give, here's Robinson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed